Has been with the National Renewable Energy Lab in Golden, and he's been working in the field of renewable energy for years. He was one of the pioneers who put wind turbines in Armenia, so he's quite knowledgeable about the area. And after his presentation, again, I said, toward the end of it, we have a question and answer. I'm sure he'll be around to answer your questions. Yes?
Thank you. I'm going to do two things. Very quickly, expand the wind area of Armenia that is really moving. The first turbine went there in 1992, 150 kilowatt from the Japanese turbine, which is now standing there as a monument. But things are really moving in wind, so I'm going to do a few slides on why wind is ready worldwide and for Armenia. Then my second part would be, and we have to be very brief, these are long talks, but we have written material which we can send to you for details, especially photovoltaics. Can we develop an industrial base where we can develop photovoltaics from raw materials all the way to the modules? An investigation was made under World Bank for 6 months. We came with some possible conclusions. There are two possible ways, which I'm going to mention, and then in the discussion we'll go into details. So the first thing is, this map was prepared by NREL about 6 years ago to show the areas where wind is profitable, number of kilowatt hours of wind per year. The one that's really moving now is Karahach, which is up in this northwest area, and Italians have started a 20 megawatt system. There is an agreement with the government for tariffs, and all these things have been worked out, and they're going to bring 1 megawatt turbines from Helsinki to put 20 megawatt there. The Britishers are planning 150 kilowatts in this area, and then Zod is where a private Armenian company is going to build 10 megawatts. We do have one system so far going, but we'll come to that. This just shows what's happening to wind. 90 gigawatts worldwide. See the exponential increase, which means wind is really competitive now with everything except coal, because of it's down to 5 cents a kilowatt hour. Here is the direction we have gone. We started at 40 cents a kilowatt hour. We're down to 5 to 6 cents a kilowatt hour for 13 mile per hour wind, and the target is 3 cents a kilowatt hour. These are the fourth generation turbines. So it's mature, it's there, and Armenia is, with the government offering tariffs and incentives, it looks like we have at least 2 foreign companies that have actually started to move in that direction. Just to give you an idea, the evolution of wind started with very small 10 to 100 kilowatt systems, and now we're talking about as much as a single unit, as much as 5 megawatts. Actually, it's closer to 3.6 megawatts. In Armenia, it's too big. We can't do that because of transportation and other limitations we have. But we can carry 1 megawatt blades to the sites to expand the work. This shows that we actually have now, this is my class. I teach a graduate course in renewable energy in Armenia. This is the Vestas 650, 4 of which were put together by Iranians, and they provide 5.8 billion kilowatt hours for Vanazor. Here they are, the 4 turbines. So it's not just talk. We're there. We're really moving in the wind direction. It's not just hot wind, it's wind. So that's where the wind situation is. And the potential is as much as 500 megawatts if we go all the way. So within 5 years, assuming this tariff situation is settled, yeah, that's the one. The tariff situation is settled as it is, especially with the Italians. Probably a practical one would be 200 to 250 megawatts. Okay. The next one is this, assistance to, can we put together a PV industry in Armenia, photovoltaic industry? That too is, photovoltaics is increasing exponentially. The market's wide and big. Then we give, it was a team, the team involved the Danish system and our own solar end in Armenia. I was involved as a consultant in putting this project together, and basically to support the government of Armenia to develop that. I'm going to skip a lot of slides here. Let me first give you a reason why renewable energy is ready worldwide. There are 5 sorry, we did the three tasks to do. First of all, a comprehensive analysis worldwide of PV development, especially in Armenia, a pre-feasibility study of what would make sense for Armenia, and then what kind of markets, if we did that in Armenia, where is the market? Okay. And this report is prepared and is public. So anyone who's interested, it's a 45-page report, 75-page report. I'll be glad to send one to the office here at SCBA for distribution. The potential is we have wide variety of quartz, and it looks like it is of high quality, low boron and phosphorus, which is impurities that have to be very low to make it economical. So we have the raw material base. We have local enterprises that can be, some rejuvenated, some can be used right away. We do recommend a special kind of solar cell production in Armenia. It's not final, these are only pre-feasibility studies. There's incredible, very high solar potential for Armenia. It's like northern New Mexico, southern Colorado. It's about the same latitude. And of course, we can create work and so on. We looked at 8 technologies and selected 3. And actually 3, and then let me see if I have that. Yeah. The 3 are polysilicon production using Siemens process. The one we have focusing on is the upgraded metallurgical grade production, which is low cost and it's easy to do. And then of course the concentrator PV, and that's where I'll show you some slides. We will be involving Amonix that wants to license Armenia to produce their system from Armenia, export into Southeast Asia and the Middle East. And then with a market penetration plan, there's a lot of information. I really don't want to go into details. We've looked at everything to see if it makes sense. And it looks like, given conditions, especially the favorable incentives that the government will have to do, we can develop one of 2 systems. One is the upgraded metallurgical grade system. I'll show you just one slide on that, and then the concentrator PV. Before I do that, show you the few slides. This is very important. What this says is there are 5 trends are converging or have converged to make renewable energy competitive. Environmental awareness is everywhere, so everyone has to do something green, which means everyone is obligated with California leading the whole thing. The new technology options are now available, wind being competitive. The world energy demand, I'll show you the tremendous growth expected in the next 50 years. Security and the low risk of, renewable energy is distributed, and so it is not a good target for terrorists. They can hit a nuclear power plant if they want to and destroy, make a big impact on the economy, but not when you have a distributed system. And then the other thing is, as you know, renewable energy is the only equitably divided, equitably available system worldwide. Everyone has either sun, water, wind, or biomass. So everyone can participate equally, and not just Saudi Arabia or Venezuela or some of those limited for which we have to go and kiss their hands, which we don't want to do. Not Armenians, they will do. Maybe Obama may, but we don't. Here is the demand chart. This is ABB prepared this. And look at China and India, the growth. The dark color is, electricity is, I think, the white color here.